It's already on. So what did you do to the block so far?
Now we took it apart, and actually the cylinder walls were not a scratch on them, so we just got them honed, and the pistons were actually carboned up. I got one right here, and the rings are completely stuck. I went ahead and just junked this in the trash, but I went to Harbor Freight and bought a sandblaster, and we've been using this to clean these pistons out. We're using walnut shell. They sell that at Harbor Freight for about $20. But this thing cost me about $100, and it's awesome. It works great. Ended up putting a light. I need to install it permanently on there, and you could actually see everything you're doing. And again, I mean, using this to clean the pistons, cleans out the grooves in there just perfectly. Really, really nice. After that, went ahead and put these pistons back in there with brand new piston rings. Tomorrow we're going to go ahead and install the rebuild heads that we use out of that local machine shop. They do a great job doing these heads. They reseat the valves, and they do a great job. So tomorrow we'll go ahead and put the rebuild head on there, and we're going to do a cold compression test, just cold. And we've been looking at about 160, 165 psi per cylinder. So if we get that, that's going to be great. We're going to go ahead and install it on my boat, and we'll see what happens after that. But we'll keep you guys posted, and we'll show you the initial startup, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned.
Yeah, guys. So a little bit of the process. You're not gonna actually see the boat or the block put together. You're just seeing the block at different stages. It's another block here. You can see how these engines look. It's not so complicated. Just a modified engine, car engine pretty much. Right here. These engines have probably about anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 hours. There's another one. This one actually came off his boat. This one was one that came out off the original motors, right? When it sank. This one right here. This one right here
was the first Verados we bought. We picked these up back in 2013. Out of friends in Marine up in Tampa Bay, Florida. We went up there, picked those up with the classic Mako, and we've been running them since. But this motor started lacking power just slowly, and it wasn't keeping up with the port engine. Port engine's going up to 6,000 RPMs, and this one started going down, and it finally just got down to 5,000 RPMs. Decided to take the whole engine off. I'm thinking it's got to be the valves. We have not done a single thing to these motors since we bought them. And I mean, I'm thinking that's what it is. But if we need to do anything else, the machine shop will be more than happy to. If we need to bore out the cylinders, if not, if the cylinder walls are clean, we're just going to go ahead and have them hone them. And we'll go ahead and reinstall, clean the pistons and reinstall new piston rings and get the valves redone. After that, I'm pretty sure we'll get back to full power. I did do a compression test on this engine, and it all looked good. The leak down test, on the other hand, showed a little bit of a. I didn't really like what I saw, so I'm thinking the valves are leaking somewhat. It might even be the piston rings. One thing on our engines, on my boat, I don't do a whole lot of idling. Either when we get to where we're going, I usually shut the engines off. And so I'm not thinking we're going to have carbon buildup, but you never know. We'll find out once we open them up, and more than likely it'll be tomorrow, and we'll see. But again, I mean, we've been working on these engines since probably 2014, and I feel very confident on them. So I mean, if y'all have any questions or whatever, feel free to comment my son on his YouTube page, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys out. So stay tuned.
Just parts everywhere, guys. Check that out. Parts. With this COVID stuff, these parts are just becoming more and more valuable. This is the classic Mako. One of the heads, their engine, the old Stang right there. 2 more engines back there. Jeez, they don't end. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for checking in. Hopefully next time we're mounting this block on an engine or on a boat, and you'll hear it run. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.